So I have two zippers, two 12-inch zippers for this size. You can also use a longer zipper, and if this was too long, I would measure out my 12 inches, then sew back and forth a couple of times, and that would be my new zipper end. But this is exactly 12 inches. And I have two interior gusset pieces. I can't remember what letter these are, but I have two of them. So first I'm going to take one of them. Now this is on the inside of the purse, so when it's finished, the inside, the bottom of the zipper and the right side of the fabric will be on the same side. And the top of the zipper and the wrong side of the fabric will be on the same side. So to make this easy, I'm going to pop off my normal foot and put my zipper foot on, and then I'm going to leave it there for most of the pattern. I take my fabric, my zipper end, or if you sewed your own zipper end, you'd put that right here. And there's a 1/4 inch there at the end. If I need to bring out my ruler, I can check that out. So I'm going to readjust this a little bit. So that's a 1/4 inch. I'm going to move my needle over to the edge so I can just stitch this here. Oops, I'm still basting. Let me do a normal stitch length. Okay. Oops, so back stitch. So across, back stitch. And like I said, this is a funny angle for me because I'm reaching so far forward to sew. So hopefully I don't make any silly mistakes. Okay, on this side, I'm going to unzip the zipper. And you want this to be a 1/4 inch away from this end. So I'm just going to start sewing right here. Put this right in place. I can't see very well, so I'm going to use my scissors to help push this under. Okay, so then we open this up and we have the bottom of the zipper, right side of the fabric on both sides. So this is our first loop. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the second loop. Okay, I went ahead and sewed my other loop off screen. And now I have two loops. So what I'm going to do now is clip these. I prefer clips to pins for this pattern. I use these clover clips, but I know other brands make them now. And these ones are old enough that they often break on me, so I need to buy more. Okay, so we match up the ends, and these seams right here, and we clip it. Then I go, and the tops of the zippers are facing, and the wrong side of the fabric is facing. And I'm gonna go ahead and clip the other seam, match these up, and then clip in between, and we're only clipping along one long side. Okay, now I have my loop all clipped. I'm going to take off my free arm attachment. And it doesn't really matter where you start. I'm going to start in the middle right here and sew a 1/4 inch. Actually, I usually like to sew just under a 1/4 inch because if not, sometimes this seam can show up later if you try to sew directly over it later on and you don't quite get it. So I sew a little under a 1/4 inch. I think quilters call it a scant 1/4. Oh man. Looks like I'm not quite getting a scant 1/4 because I'm sewing really far away from where my eyes are. That's better. Sometimes I move this zipper around so that it's not in the way when I'm sewing. Get this as uniform as possible because this will all be visible when the purse is finished. If it's uneven, your zippers will be a little uneven at the top. Okay. So now I have my loop. Finished loop. Has both zippers and both interior gusset pieces in here.